Dude, I listened to 69,430 minutes of music. That's more. It says that's more than 96% of other listeners in the United States.
Oh, if you would just listen for 10 less minutes.
Oh my
69, 420.
I didn't even know. Oh, did you guys know that we lost all 8 points Monday? So we got
did?
second.
That's so cool.
It kind of blows, actually. I'm actually really mad about it
Yeah.
because we had that wrapped up, bro, and we bowled bad the last, 3 weeks. Gave it away. And the way that league works, it's kind of different. It's not just like you bowl 32 weeks and the winner at the end of the 32 weeks is the winner. You bowl 16 weeks, and then the winner of the 16 weeks has an automatic first or second place finish.
Really?
In the second, because then the second half winner also bowls. So week 17
And
to
this
32.
was the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we finished second. So that blows.
That fucking sucks.
That's fine. We'll just have to bowl our asses off the second 16.
There goes YouTube. He changes through YouTube away.
No, we're at 2 minutes.
That means we have to keep all that though.
Not
We
necessarily.
edit it around.
Yeah,
I'll edit around
we,
it,
we,
yeah.
we can throw some promos in there. We'll be all right.
We'll be good. We'll get Caden to make us like a little theme song. 45 seconds. No cuss words.
No cuss words.
That little,
You guys been listening to any music lately?
Yes, actually, Spotify DJ has been hitting lately.
speaking
I
of...
don't like the DJ anymore. I liked it to start with, and then
When you get deep into it, I don't like it. But the first few that they play, I'm alright with.
fair enough.
How's your guys' Spotify raps looking?
Ooh,
So I'm actually pissed.
I'm about to look. I'm about to.
I was surprised by mine.
I ended up getting a new Spotify account because I refuse to pay for music right now.
Oh, okay.
So I joined another free trial, and it wouldn't let me log back in to see my rap.
That's
tough.
That was awkward.
Man.
What was your number one song?
Number one song was Day and Night by Kid Cudi, an absolute banger. I'm
Day
proud of
and
that
Night.
one.
Oh no, I don't want to play
brother.
it. I didn't want to play it. I'm sorry.
Copyright
I'm sorry.
strike, man. Come on.
Luke Combs won't care.
He's cool.
Yeah, me and him are buds.
Yeah? That's interesting.
That's interesting. You don't know what I do in my free
interesting.
time. Who was your number one?
Yeah.
Kanye. Mac Miller.
That's not a surprise.
Not at all. I
Not
got
a
on a
surprise.
big
That's
Mac
a good
kick
one,
this
bro.
year. It started,
Mine-
and what's
mine
crazy
would've
is that
been J.
didn't
Cole.
start till what? Well, that was last summer, I guess. Dude, I've been on a Mac kick for a year and a half.
Me too, honestly.
Jesus. No, Luke Combs, the current goat of country. I shouldn't say goat, but the current.
I actually have the current go-to
Number
country
one.
in my top 5. Because at number 3, it's Co Wessel.
Oh my God. All right. Number 3, MGK. No surprise. Number 4 is the GOAT, Lil Wayne. And then number 5, Zach Bryan.
That's a good top 5.
Top songs is Spotless by Zach Bryan, For the Views by Nick D, Best Day Ever bonus with Mac, Hey Driver by Zach Bryan, and Friend for Life. I don't even know who that's by. Ex-Ambassadors and somebody else.
You want to hear something crazy? Not one person who was in my top 5 artists.
Has a top 5 song.
Has a top
That
5
is
song.
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Zach Bryan's got 2 of mine, but he's 5th.
From 1 to 5, I got... Oh, wow. He's the only one?
Max got number 3.
Oh, okay. So, I got from 1 to 5, Kanye West, Morgan Wallen, which I really did not think I listened to that much Morgan Wallen this year, but his album came out, and I did like most of the songs from it, so it did pop up in my shuffle a lot.
I think this is one of the first years he's not been in my top 5 since they've come out with the raps.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Co Wetzel number 3, Eminem number 4, and Jay-Z number 5. I've been on a big Jay-Z kick this year, dude. Yeah, underrated.
I like Jay-Z.
My top songs: Day and Night by Kid Cudi, Lips of an Angel by Hinder. Absolutely fire. I got big into dad rock this year. I really did.
I had my dad rock phase actually probably when I was your age, a couple years ago.
Dude, I'm surprised Nickelback is not in my top 5. It's not my rap anywhere.
Not
I was
Nickelback.
big. I listened to so much Nickelback this year. It was the best concert I went to this year.
That's hilarious.
The Spins by Mac Miller.
Goated.
My Way by Limp Bizkit.
Is
Yo.
that real?
Yo.
He's so serious.
Yo, Limp Bizkit's coming to Noblesville next year. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh, man. And then Something in the Orange, Zach Bryan.
What was your top genre?
Rap.
Same. Which I was kind of surprised because I get into such a country mood around the summertime, even into the fall, kind of like the beginning of fall. I'm still in country music type of mood most of the time. But I guess just overall, I feel like it makes sense that it's rap because I listen to, or I get more excited for like when a rap artist drops an album versus a country artist. Like, no disrespect to the country artists, but like
Unless
lot
it's
of
like
them.
Luke Combs
Yeah,
like,
right. If it's not one of my top guys that I like in the country music,
I'm with you.
yeah.
But
old country,
I'm not a huge.
give me some 2000s country, bro.
I'm not a huge Drake fan. Not his recent stuff, especially.
But you'll listen to it every time it comes out.
When he drops something, it's a big deal.
Yeah, you can't ever miss it.
Yeah.
How many minutes did you have?
12,463. You have a lot. Oh my god.
47,992, and that's 20,000 less than last year. The year before, I went back and found it. Yeah, it's like I'm about to go find it. I'm about to go find it.
That's crazy.
I gotta go to December of last year. Let's see. I know I saved it. I always do. That's March. That's not it. What was your name or whatever? They gave me the Alchemist or something like that.
Well, I think we got same.
What? Yeah, last year, dude, I listened to 69,430 minutes of music. That's more. It says that's more than 96% of other listeners in the United States.
Yo, if you had just listened for 10 less minutes.
Oh my god!
69,420.
I didn't even know. Oh man.
That's insane, though.
Yeah, Morgan Wallen was 5th last year. Mac Miller was 4th, and I didn't even start listening to him until July.
Oh, wow. Let me see if I can find mine.
Last year, I explored 69 different genres.
Jeez.
Yeah, mine says Alchemist. Listening is your laboratory. You create your own playlist more than other listeners do. Nice work, Doc.
Yeah, same.
That's what yours was, Alchemist?
Yep.
I'm a top 0.5% Mac Miller fan. I listened to 1,238 artists.
Oh, wow.
And I peaked on April 18th at listening for 693 minutes. What was I doing on April 18th? I played 3,289 songs in 2023. You know what's crazy though? That means I didn't even... Hold on, let me double check. But I think that means I didn't even listen to every song that I have on my liked songs.
Wow.
Yeah, I have 3,801 songs. So I listened to almost 600... Or I didn't listen to almost 600 songs on my playlist last year. Oh my god.
That is by far the craziest.
Well, I'll say it's probably closer to 500 because I have some that I have recently added that wouldn't even be considered. But that's nuts.
Still insane.
Over 500 songs that I didn't listen to. That's like I liked it. Like they're on there. I have a music taste similar to Bozeman, USA. People there are more likely to be fans of Mac Miller, Dexter and the Moonrocks, and Luke Combs. Shout out Dexter and the
I listened to
Moonrocks.
721 artists this year.
721.
Yep.
What was mine? 1238.
I was in the top 5%
18th.
of Kanye West listeners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I really couldn't get enough of Can't Tell Me Nothing. You can tell I don't listen to podcasts because Theo Vaughn had my top spot. I listened for 282 minutes.
Oh, Joe Rogan, without a doubt, was my top podcaster.
Oh, yeah?
Without a doubt.
Man, we sound like some toxic men right now. Yo, we love Kanye and Joe Rogan. Cut that.
Cut that. Oh, God. The Post Malone episode of Joe Rogan, though, oh, my God. That one and the one with Zach Bryan, dude. Those were the two best episodes all year. So, if you had to guess, we were talking about our Spotify rap. What would you have guessed that your, like, at least your top artist was?
J. Cole.
J. Cole?
Easily.
For the whole year?
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, I went on a big J. Cole, like, I went through and listened to a lot of his albums on repeat.
He's got a lot of songs that made, like, if you go to your Spotify Wrapped list, like your top 100 or whatever, I've probably got 5 or 6 songs in there, but they're all closer to the bottom 50 probably, you know what I mean?
Yeah. If I'd have thought about it, I'm sure I would have known it would be Kanye, because he pops up so much in my playlist. And
I bet Kanye was in my top 5.
He's got so many no-skip songs, bro.
Right.
Yeah. Mac Miller's probably my number 2.
Well, that's why Wayne makes my list every year, because
Wayne's
I go
probably
back
3 or
to
2.
albums and just let me
Yeah.
turn this on. I'm gonna listen to this
Honestly,
whole thing. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
listened to a lot of Wayne this year.
Wayne's my guy. He'll probably never not be in my top 5. Literally, so you know how that now they even give you like the little rings, like to show you at which parts of the year
Ooh.
you're listening to certain people. So like it was like Mac Miller real big at the beginning of the year because I had gotten into it at the end of last year, and then Mac Miller real big again at the end of the year. Like I didn't have a lot in the summer or whatever, and then. But it was like Lil Wayne just like steady. Like
Yeah.
like he's just always steady in the rotation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, he'll probably be in my top 5 for as long as they do that Spotify rap stuff.
Yeah.
Probably. Because I just go
Honestly,
back and I'm
Wayne's-
like, let me
yeah.
turn on the Carter 5. Let me turn on
Right.
the Carter 2. Any of them.
Right. Any of
Let me
them,
have a
literally.
good hour.
Yeah, right. And a lot of times, I'm going to get shit done. I turn on some Wayne. Not going to lie. Something about turning Wayne on, like if it's just kind of, if it's not real loud where I'm like hype, you know what I mean? But if it's just
Yeah.
on in the background, I can get shit done. And the whole time, I'm just rapping away.
A lot of his music is about, like, I get that shit done.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
right,
maybe that's what
yeah.
it is, but I don't know. I like calm music though, which is kind of crazy, considering like who's in my top 5. Well, I mean, other than Mac, I guess, but like Machine Gun Kelly, Lil Wayne,
you know, peaceful.
yeah, real peaceful.
Something like that.
But I mean, the other 3, I guess, kind of show. I got Luke Combs, Zach Bryan, are kind of, but even them, that's just different. Like
Right.
country's not gonna be obviously like
Yeah.
super hyper violent. You know what I mean? Unless you're like Co Wetzel, that's like rock country though. Like that's not even just country to me.
Right. That's like its own thing.
Right.
Like Dexter and the Moon Rocks.
Dexter and the Moon Rocks is gas.
Facts.
Don't nobody know about them. Go
Well-
give them a listen.
Facts. What do they call themselves?
Dexter and the Moon Rocks.
Space Invaders or whatever.
Texas.
I don't know. That's one of their songs. It's called Space Invader.
They call their music genre like Texas space rock country or something like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but they have some weird phrase or whatever.
Yeah, and it sums it up perfectly. It's got something to do with space.
It's got something to do with space.
It does. It's something to do
Autopilot?
with space and something to do with cowboys.
Autopilot's fire.
That's their latest single.
They've been like re-releasing stuff.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're like
I was gonna say there was an Autopilot demo that was in
Right.
2022.
Birds and the Bees. I think is their last new song.
They have an album, Dexter and the Moon Rocks, that
It's got like
the
5
cover
songs or
photo
something like
is like the moon.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would
it's
that be
fire.
what you're talking about?
No, he's saying
they
that
have-
like they call themselves a certain genre of music.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Actually,
My
it's in
bad.
their Spotify bio somewhere.
Well, let me find it. Then I'm on their Spotify. Western Space Grunge.
Yep.
Western space grunge. Like what is grunge? What even is that?
Like Nirvana, Pearl Jam.
Okay, that makes sense then. I love some Pearl Jam. I'm sure I know Nirvana songs, but I don't think I could like just listen to Nirvana and be like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Man, you gotta listen.
know all these.
You gotta listen to their Unplugged album. It's the best Unplugged by far.
Yeah.
It's fire, all the way through.
Okay, so they draw on their favorite elements of their bands like Nirvana, Rainbow Kitten Surprise, and Whiskey Myers in order to create a unique sound that can only be described as Western Space Grunge.
That can only be described as that.
I mean, what else would you call it though?
I don't know.
It's not really like you can't
It's
call it
not
country.
anything,
You can't call
yeah.
it rock.
Not to totally change the subject, bro, but that Pacers game the other night was freaking nuts.
That's a
Dude, it
complete
was so
subject
good.
change.
I know.
Not to change the subject.
It's
but let
like
me
Ricky
change the
Bobby,
subject.
bro, but when you say certain things, it just means, you're allowed to say whatever you want. Like, what does he say in the movie? With all
That-
due respect.
With all due respect, Mr. Dennett, that idea ain't worth a velvet painting of a dog and the Pope getting it on.
That was really close. Was it?
I messed it up a little bit.
I think the dog and Pope part isn't right. But you're.
I was gonna say, you lost me on
the
that
velvet
one.
painting was
Yeah.
even though it was ace. It was so funny though. No, but we went and had great seats.
Yup.
No, that was sick. You said
Tyrese
your
Halliburton
seats, it was sick.
Dropped
Tyrese
his first
Halliburton.
triple-double.
All right,
of
yeah,
his
but he
career.
could have just got 9 more points instead, and then nobody cared about all them rebounds. As a sports bettor, I would have liked to get him 35, but it was a bad bet.
Scotty's
bet.
just butthurt.
I am. It was a bad bet.
I wish Miles Turner could have picked up some more rebounds.
Fuck
I
you.
hate fantasy, bro.
Fuck you.
Jacob lost a bet because Miles Turner got too many rebounds.
This
That's
motherfucker
funny.
got one too many rebounds.
He
I
got
have
one
never
block.
seen a Pacers game that Miles Turner has ever had over 10 rebounds. Now, respectfully, I don't watch a lot of Pacers basketball because Bally Sports Indiana sucks balls. But I've watched a lot of Pacers basketball over the 10 year that Miles Turner has been here. This man is not a rebounder. The one time that I bet on this man to get under 10 rebounds, he gets 10 rebounds.
He had like 6 in the first half.
Yeah,
he
I
got
was
it.
pissed.
I was like, he's got
pissed.
it.
He's
He
a
had
blocker.
9 going into the fourth quarter, or like 8 or 9 going into the fourth quarter. He got it, and
He's a top
I
2
was
blocker
pissed.
in the league, bro. I'll tell you that.
right.
now.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any
Well, it's
sense.
like what we were talking about. He's just, when he gets the ball down low, bro, as a big man, you need to just use your...
Don't that
Yeah,
shit.
just
I wa-
use your weight, use your
I
body,
watched
use
him
your
break.
length, bro, and
But
he
that's
does
the thing, he
nothing.
doesn't.
I watched
You
him break
can't.
like 4 3-pointers in the
Yeah.
first half. Like it was,
That's
He was on
him,
fire
though.
to start the first quarter, though.
no,
he
he put up one 3-pointer.
had
That was
7
the first
points.
score of the game.
He had
Yeah,
7
he had
points
7
in,
points
in the first,
like
3 or 4 minutes.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think it was that. Really?
But then after
Telling
that,
you.
I know he was
ice
popping
cold
off to
for a
begin
minute,
with.
dude.
I don't
He was
know.
popping off to
And he
begin
kept
with,
putting
but-
up shots.
But
and
I was telling you, he got the ball one of the first plays of the game. He got the ball down low, and instead of he didn't put it on the floor at all. He immediately turned and put up a little floater hook shot type deal.
yeah.
And I was like, see, bro, that's the first play of the game. You let him know I'm coming at you.
Right.
Bam. You know what I mean? Throw your shoulder into him one time, and you yam that mother one time, just once.
I just wish we could get a board one time. Dude, it was the Pacers would come down and miss a shot. Celtics would get it, go down and miss 4 or 5 shots. before
Yeah,
the
no,
Pacers
offensive
got it.
rebound was
It
crazy.
bad.
And what's crazy
And they
is
don't even
Porzingis wasn't even playing.
Porzingis wasn't playing it. Al Horford was doing work, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, he was.
That man's
Yeah.
a walking dinosaur doing work out there.
Mhm.
I like Al
Walking
Horford.
But
down.
so I
Rob,
don't know
if
what it
Rob
is.
Will was there, that makes sense. Rob Will was a great offensive rebounder, but he's not even there anymore either. You have literally nothing to blame on except for the fact that y'all aren't rebounding. That's it. Because Al Horford's a good rebounder, obviously, but you gonna let
Right.
him do you like that?
Right.
And a lot of it was just not having the positioning. There's nobody down there to get the rebound. And then the Celtics are sending 2 guys to go fly in to try to get rebounds on top of Al Horford already being down there.
Right.
Yeah, and on top of it, Jaylen Brown's just him.
Yeah, he can't dribble with his left hand still, but
I don't care. He was torching us the entire game.
Tatum caught fire at the
Yeah, he
second
did.
half.
Yup.
Woo! And
Yup.
it wasn't. That was he dropped 32, and it was a tough 32,
Tough
bro.
32. He
It
earned
was. I'm getting to
Yeah.
my spot, giving you a little shake, and you're
Mhm.
still gonna be right in my face, and I'm still gonna hit it. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Hey, let's run some plays for me and get me
Well,
open.
Tyrese was that way in the second half too.
Dude, Tyrese Halliburton has something to prove this season. Dude.
He's nuts.
He had a interview where he was like, "Yeah, all the individual stuff is cool, but I'm tired of losing."
Mm-hmm. Took that to heart.
Yeah,
Undefeated
me
in
too.
the in-season tournament so far.
Yup. Highest
I
scoring.
don't think they'll be in Milwaukee though.
Highest scoring team in the league.
Sorry, bro. I do not. They got nothing for Giannis. They got nothing for him.
I'm not gonna argue with you on that one. It's gonna be a good game though.
It'll
I hope.
come down to
My stupid ass wanted to
if-
say Obi Toppin.
Don't
Hey, I will
Yeah,
say
bro, go
this
ahead. Go
though.
on
Obi
record.
Toppin,
he's fun to
amazing
watch.
signing for the Pacers.
Yeah, he's fun to watch.
amazing.
I got an Obi
I knew
jersey
that.
shirt at the
Really?
at the
That's
game
sick.
actually
Good.
because I do like Obi.
Good. I was high on that whenever they signed him in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
You
That was a
remember me
good
telling you
pickup,
that?
especially getting with Tyrese.
Right.
There's nothing better to me. There's not a better duo than a good big man, or it doesn't even have to be a big man anymore in the NBA. Just somebody that's long and can go get the ball. You know
Right.
what I mean? You throw it up there, they can go get it.
Exactly. I watched it was a TikTok the other day. It was of DeAndre Jordan talking about the Lob City Clippers and how Chris Paul, when they first started, he was throwing the ball too perfect. He was throwing it like right at the rim.
Yeah.
And DeAndre Jordan said, "Dude, throw it back here.
Yeah.
Bro. Just throw it.
Let me go get
Let
it.
me go get it. Let me do something with
Yeah, nobody's trying to just
And-
put it right in there.
Right, exactly. And that's how it looks now.
That's one of my favorite teams of all time. But I knew when I watched it, I was like, they'll never win a championship.
Right.
But it was my favorite team
Hey,
to
it's
watch.
revolutionary basketball, though.
Kinda. I mean,
No, not kinda.
kinda. Nobody's winning that way.
Well, no, for sure, but that definitely changed the game when it comes to finishing at the rim, in my opinion.
I had my Tuesday night team heated last night talking about basketball.
Yeah.
We started talking about because I shared something the other day. I was like, "What's a basketball opinion that will have you? You know, like you would be the only one thinking that." And I'm like, I don't think Curry's better than Magic all time. That's my argument. And then somebody commented and was talking about Kobe. That kid. Oh, it was, David Hafner said Kobe was not in his top 5, but he was in the top 10. Maybe top 10. But he was definitely not in the top 5, he said. And we got into it on that. But then we started talking about, at the table, bro. And there's a guy that was, the oldest guy at the table was like, yeah, well, if you're talking the best, Kareem's the best all time. We all kind of looked at it. And then he was like, yeah, 2's got to be Jordan. And then 3, and he's like, you guys aren't going to like this. I said, bro, you cannot leave LeBron James like you're talking. I don't care what it is. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's 3rd, 1st, 2nd, any of the 3.
I mean, if you got him listed 3rd, that's crazy.
If you got him listed 3rd, you're wrong. But
Right.
but I'm not going to go crazy.
Well,
Like,
you're
it is
one
what
and
it is.
two.
Where you
Could
put
be
Michael
interchangeable,
Jordan
but-
and LeBron James,
Personally,
and
I-
1 and 2, which one you put
That-
where is up to you.
I think that's a general consensus at our age.
Yeah.
But really, bro, the people that did watch Kareem really do think that he's better than him.
Kareem,
for
hey,
and-
don't get me wrong, Kareem 3rd should also be common consensus.
That's why I say to anybody that I have that conversation with, if it's Kareem, Jordan, LeBron, not in that order, but any order.
Right.
Like if they have it in that 3, that's not my personal order.
Mm-hmm.
But if they have it in that personal 3, I'm not going to argue against it unless, like, I don't think Kareem's better than them two personally.
Right.
But like, I would let you say that Kareem maybe could slide into 2nd or something like that, just due to accomplishments and accolades, and he
Right.
did change the game, led the league in scoring for however many years now, like up until LeBron just broke it. Like
Right.
I think he's still 3rd. I think LeBron's. I don't even know, to be honest. It's so
I think
hard.
It is.
It's
dude.
so hard. The 1-2 is so hard.
I've got to give him the same treatment that I gave Brady. He's got to win one more, and I'll give it to him.
I don't know though.
Because it's close.
Brady was the GOAT before he won the last one.
No,
Yeah.
not to me anyways.
I mean, objectively, he's got to be the GOAT.
It's not even close,
I
bro.
don't like
Brady is now.
I like
That's
Brady
what I'm
is.
saying.
I like to keep up the bit that Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT, but
Gina's
I
gonna be
can't say that on
pissed.
this podcast.
I can't say that on this podcast.
You can't say who's the GOAT?
Aaron Rodgers.
No, absolutely not.
I said it's a bit. I said I keep up the bit. I do think that just in terms of pure talent on the field, he
Agree
is
with
top, however many, top 3 or 4.
Aaron Rodgers gives me the Kobe type of vibe where, like, maybe if
Maybe he doesn't get everything that he deserves.
Well, not even that, but like that mentality is so different that it shies.
Yeah.
Like it makes some guys shy away from that. Where almost if they backed it off a little bit, it would almost help them in terms of like the GOAT debate, like those type of conversations.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's what made them the player that they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't really take away from a player and then say it's going to help them. But team-wise, I think they would have had more success. They may have not been that same guy personally, but Aaron Rodgers kind of falls in that same spot with Kobe for me, where they're killers, bro. Like on the
Yeah.
field, on the freaking court,
Doesn't
they're
matter.
killers.
Money's
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah,
Whoever
yeah.
you're
I'm not
playing
betting
is not
against
your
those guys.
friend.
Right,
You're-
exactly. Yeah.
That's
But I
the
think those
enemy, and we
personalities
don't
just don't mesh with other people in professional sports, and I think that's why maybe they lack the career or the team career stats sometimes, especially in Aaron Rodgers' case. Because I mean, Kobe
was
still
gonna say,
has
Kobe has
5
5
championships,
championships.
and but and Finals MVPs, whatever. But
Well,
regardless,
fuck, how many does Rodgers have?
One.
he's only got 1 ring
Oh, okay, how many
and
MVPs?
2 MVPs,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
For sure, 1. I think 2. Because I think he just had an MVP a couple years ago.
Yeah, he
that
just
was
had
the
it the
second
year
one.
that Jordan Love got drafted.
He's got
That's
them-
so crazy. He's like,
Wild.
what are y'all saying? Y'all just drafted
You're
a
drafting my
quarterback?
replacement?
Yeah.
Sick. I'm going to go win MVP and then leave. Hey, Jordan Love's playing good for them, though.
Yeah, he is playing. He is playing good for them. That game the other night against the Chiefs was good, but Chiefs did not deserve to win that game. They played so bad. But I had that dude, or we started talking about the GOAT debate, and we started talking about top 5, and then we got to top 10, and he's like rattling off. You know, he's saying Kareem, Jordan, Bird, Magic, not in this specific order. He's like Shaq, like he throws a couple more names in there, and he goes Tim Duncan, and Jeff came out of his seat, bro. He was like, "You gonna say Tim Duncan, but not LeBron James in your top 10?" It was so funny, bro. He's like, "No." He's like, "I'd put him in there." He's like, "LeBron's in the top 10." He's like, "I'm not doing him like
Top
that."
10?
Well, he's just saying like if he'd make the
Okay,
list, but
right.
like he doesn't know exactly where at. But he was saying he's for sure not in his top 2. Probably not top 3. And then went on to like rattle off those names. And as soon as he said Tim Duncan, bro, Jeff about came out his seat. What? What'd you say?
Hey, I'm in
It was
the
so funny.
I'm in the Tim Duncan over Kobe Bryant camp. Me
Oh
personally.
my gosh. I think me and David was arguing about that yesterday.
Yeah, I'm
Kinda
with
fr-
him on that one.
I disagree with you. If you need any detail, just go read that post.
We'll put
I mean,
the
it's
link
not the
in
craziest
description.
thing
He's
ever.
got what 18 all defensive teams.
18?
I think so.
No,
I
I
think he
don't
holds
think
the
so.
record. Let me Google.
Is that right? 18?
18's
Kobe still
kinda
got like
crazy.
9 though. 9 or
18's
10.
crazy, though.
18 is crazy. I don't think it's. Hey, there's no way it's 18.
15.
Okay.
Still
I mean,
crazy.
Still,
Crazy.
yeah, it's still nuts.
Is
Kobe's
that
Kobe's
the
got to be
record?
like 10
Kevin
or
Garnett
something
and
like that.
Kobe Bryant have 12. They're second.
Kobe have 12.
Yeah.
Ooh.
See, and that's nuts. Kobe's not even looked at as a defender, bro.
Right.
I mean, that's crazy. Kobe, neither one of them have Defensive Player of the Year. That's what's even crazier.
Nope.
No.
Tim Duncan doesn't have one.
Nope.
I know Kobe doesn't though.
Averaged 2.2 blocks a game for his career. That's
For his
wild.
career, it's kind of wild.
Jeez. We had a whole lot of basketball conversation last night. We started talking about that when we talked about our Mount Rushmores, which, like, to me, there's a difference in like the all-time debate, and then a Mount Rushmore is more like who changed the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was hard to dwindle it down to 4.
Ooh, that's tough.
It's hard. That 4, 5, like 6 area is hard. You gotta leave some people out.
Right.
I finalized mine, but so this is in no particular order, but Jordan. I mean, he's Jordan, bro. Let's just be real
Yeah.
for a second.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Nothing else needs to be said.
Jordan is up there.
Jordan, and then I'm gonna go Shaq,
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
just for the simple.
Most dominant player of all time.
Not even that, bro, but he changed the way you had put teams together, bro. Like you had to
That's
have extra
true.
bigs on the team
Yeah.
because you were gonna foul out. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Yeah.
he changed the way that you constructed your team. So to me, that's crazy. Steph Curry.
Yeah. He
I mean,
was
that's
on
just
mine.
that's non-negotiable
Changed the game.
completely.
Revolutionized, bro.
And
still,
then that
nobody's
fourth
done it as
spot,
good as
bro,
him.
is hard. And I'm telling you right now that if it wasn't for Steph Curry being a thing, that AI would make my list. But he's not going to. KD is going to make my list. And I'm going to tell you right
not
now.
Kareem.
Not
Not
LeBron.
Kareem, not LeBron.
KD is a okay. Go ahead, explain.
KD.
yourself.
I mean,
Without KD, bro, there's never a Chet Holmgren or a Victor Wembanyama. These players that we're about to get in right now, it might be a little
Without
Yeah.
Kareem, there's no Kevin Durant, bro.
disagree with you. KD is different.
You want to talk about revolutionize the game, dude?
No,
Change
for
the
sure.
game.
for
I-
sure. But Kevin Durant is the best pure scorer the NBA has ever seen, in my opinion.
KD
But
can
what did he?
get you
But how?
from
What did he
anywhere.
change about the game?
The long guys that shoot now, that's not common, bro. That's not anybody that was long like that, they was sticking in the paint, bro, just to go like, their bodies at
Yeah.
that point. You know what I mean? Now it's looked at as if you're long, if you can dribble the ball, bro, you're gonna
Yeah.
get some PT. Like if you can dribble the ball or if you can shoot now, like
He's a 7-footer.
just shoot over everybody, bro.
yeah.
That he can rise up from anywhere. 30 feet, yeah, bet. I'll just shoot right over you, bro. You gonna step up on me, I'll shoot right over you, and you'll probably foul me because you're not gonna block me.
Right.
So
You ain't long enough.
and when I put my back to you and then put that leg out, I'm too long. You can't get to me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if I get to my spot, you're done. And Kareem, don't get me wrong, like with the sky hook and everything, and just being like dominant, like you said, he wasn't getting to his spot in terms of like 15 foot out on the floor. Like if he got you down low, you were done.
Yeah.
And he hit the sky hook
And
from
he
probably
could-
a
he could
reasonable
shoot.
range. Yeah,
Kareem
but it
could
wasn't.
shoot.
But it was pick and pop. Like let me set my feet. Bam.
Yeah.
He wasn't driving like in you like
Yeah, I
this
was
with
gonna
his
say,
shoulder in your
it's-
chest and all of a sudden popping. You know what I mean? And popping a
I
jumper.
think
Like
Kareem-
it's not happening.
Kareem's the first player in the NBA who would be fire in any era. He's the first player in NBA history who you could put in any era and he'd still be a great player. Except maybe Will Chamberlain.
I don't know.
That's hard to say. That's hard to say.
That's very difficult.
I don't know.
Kareem played before Pistol Pete, right? Because I do think Pistol Pete would be a...
Pistol Pete. They probably played around the same
Yeah.
time. Pistol Pete might have even been just a tad earlier than that.
Mm.
I don't know though.
Pistol Pete would be better today. I stand by that.
Well, a lot of guys would be better today just because if they got to grow up with all the tools that are available now. I mean, that's just modern progression. You know what
Right, I
mean?
just
Yeah,
mean
that-
his style of play, though.
Right, right.
He was a shooter. Like, he played before there was a three-point line, and he's still one of the NBA's leading all-time scorers.
Jerry West then.
How many guys could go back though? How many guys could play now that you could put in older eras and be like, yeah, he's still hoop.
LeBron. And I stand by that for sure, bro. You think LeBron couldn't play in a more physical era?
It just depends.
He wouldn't have the same...
Growing-
he wouldn't have as long as of a career.
If you're just literally picking them from right now and putting them in
Right.
that era, no, he wouldn't be as successful.
But if
if you take into account that like he gets to grow up in that era of basketball,
Right.
I
and
think
take
he
all that
can.
in, you gotta look at it both ways though, because
Shit, he might have
there's
picked
less
football.
tools in. He's not gonna spend $1 million on his body in 1985.
Right.
Not happening, bro.
But
1990.
if you take LeBron James...
But just
his
listen to my
Sorry,
whole
sorry,
thing
sorry,
though.
go ahead.
So if he goes, even if you give him that whole, he's not playing 20 years without spending that much money on his body. Period. Everybody knows that.
Right.
So give him 15 years and give him 10 of those solid years. Is he going to be the scoring champ? No. Or the all-time scoring leader? No. Is he, is he putting up the same numbers in general? Probably not. Is he going to have a crazy prime of 6-7 years where he averages way better than everybody and he's considered one of the greatest? Yes.
Yes.
Is he going to be considered a GOAT?
Yes.
No. I do not think so. I think he is in the best era for him to be the size that he is and be able to have the tools to spend on his body that like it's just all beneficial to him rather than that wasn't normal, bro. Like you didn't have guys playing that long back then.
I'm not... Even without the longevity, if you take LeBron James from his rookie year and you put him in, like, 1989, he'd have one of the best 10-year runs in the history of basketball. I'm telling you that right now.
But I'm telling you,
Because
it's a
if
much
you-
more physical era, and he's gonna miss a lot of games, bro. Like I'm saying, in terms of a career, I agree with you. I think he'd have a crazy 6 to 7 year run. That would be, and I say crazy, I mean like a Jordan
Esque.
three-peat, 2 years off three-peat. Like that type of 6 to 7 years is possible out of that. And maybe he is considered one of the GOATs because he would be rivaling Jordan, you know what I mean? And he'd get Jordan every now and then. But if you're still saying that Jordan has that same success and you're just plugging LeBron in,
I'm
like,
saying...
with all that, he still
I'm
gets to
saying
grow
if
up
they
and
played
everything.
in the same era, they'd have about even accolades, I think.
Yeah, but I'm just saying LeBron is not going to benefit more from going back than he would right now.
I don't
Right,
know
I
about
think-
that.
no, I
necessarily,
agree
'cause
with
if-
Scott.
he's
He'd
got
have
the-
a 6 to
he's got
7
the
year
foot-
run of
he's got that
28,
football
7,
built, dude.
7, just like he does every year now. You know what I mean? But
Who
that
back-
would be the prime.
Who back then was that big and that fast and could score that well and could defend like that?
Not a lot of people.
He would have been killing it. He would have.
But that's
you
what
take
Chase,
280
you can't
you take
do that.
280
You
pound
can't
LeBron,
take
you-
the same player.
and you
He's not
show-
the same. Listen, he doesn't just get to spend that $1 million. He's been doing that for years, bro. Working out and all that stuff. You can't use all the tools you have today. That's what I'm telling you. If you're going to take
You
into
still
account
don't.
some of it, you have to take into account all of it. He's not going to do that for 10 years. Nobody did that. Nobody. LeBron's not going to be the one to do it. Just saying. It's just not going to happen because he's going to get hurt not being able to spend all that extra money on his body. He's going to get hurt at some point. His whole thing is that I play, long. I've been playing for 20 years, never missed more than. He's had 1 year of probably missing 30 to 40 games. But that's what I'm telling you. So he wouldn't have been that good.
Close to 40 a night.
You're crazy. You're nuts.
He would average 35
You're
plus in that era. I'm telling you.
35 plus.
You're done smoking. You're done. You're cut off. Sober December. Rest of the year.
Play more physical, dude.
35 plus.
Let LeBron play more physical
for a whole year
with these dudes.
You're nuts. He'd never average over 30. Never. Chase, he'd go down the court one time and take a clothesline, bro. It is more
and then
physical.
He'd give it back, dude.
No,
that's
he
what
wouldn't.
I'm saying.
And that's why he couldn't do it for that long. You're wrong to say he could do that for 10 years. You're wrong.
Then he'd have the greatest, however long his run is.
What have I been saying, bro? It ain't 30. It ain't. It's about 28, 7, and 8 or 9. It ain't 30. But he's gonna have a 6 to 7 year run. That is gonna be insane. In the beginning of his career, because the other thing was you didn't stop talking, bro. The other thing is when you come in as a rookie back then, you didn't just get to play, bro. They didn't hand you the keys to the thing and say, "Let's go." You had to take a couple years, play your role, get into it, and then if you were that good, then they gave you the keys. Go look at Jordan, bro. Jordan was bounced around in the first couple years like, hey, you're going to play this position. Well, now you're going to be a point guard. Let's go back to 2 guard.
So
like just bouncing around.
Couple years to develop his...
And that's what I'm saying, bro. He doesn't get those. You come in 2007, has the keys to Cleveland, gets to do whatever he wants. He's going to average 25. He gets to take as many shots as he wants. How would he not average 25?
I'm not saying he's averaging a bunch in his first couple years, but if you give him a couple years to develop, how is that...
Listen, bro, I'm saying at a total, you have to look at it as a whole career. He's not going to have the success here or the success here because he's going to be hurt on these years. He's going to be old.
And
this 6 to 7 years is going to be crazy. This and this on either side is not going to make him a GOAT like it does now.
It sounds like you're talking about Michael Jordan right now.
Yeah.
You would have, and Michael Jordan is in the top 2.
That's what he's saying.
And
he still thinks that he's going to be there.
You just said he wouldn't.
No,
listen. If you still posted it to Jordan's, if you still post it to Jordan's career, I don't think he would have a better career than Jordan. That's what I'm telling you. That 6-7 years would be crazy. I don't think he wins 6 times though. I mean, he could throw a 3-peat in somewhere. Like if he got a good team, it also depends on team and where you plug him in with that. That is the accolades and everything is a different story. But I'm just saying the league wasn't the same where he wouldn't have been able to flourish from start to finish like he has now. It's just not. Nobody did.
What he's saying in summary is LeBron has a better chance of being the GOAT in today's era than he did in Jordan's era.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think if you were to say, well, all right, I'm gonna put LeBron in Jordan's situation, then it would be close. But when you're talking about trying to measure him at the same time, like you got to talk about what team he would be on and blah blah blah. But yeah, the individual stats of that 6 to 7 year run, and if he's on any type of decent team, he would win a couple times. Like I think that prime would be one of the best ever, and he'd be talked about as one of the best ever in his prime. But as far as a career, he would not be looked at as one of the top 2 or 3. Maybe.
I also think if that was to happen going back to now with LeBron not in today's era, we look at basketball completely different.
Yeah.
Because now we not only talk about Magic and Bird, we also talk about LeBron Jordan.
Right, yeah.
Because that's also same conference unless LeBron ends up moving again.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just comes down to
so
what the
that's
situation
even
is.
like an even bigger rivalry of who's better. So So maybe in your case you are right. Maybe that rivalry makes them both better.
I think it would.
Michael changed the way the world looked at basketball, so maybe that rivalry only enhances it even more. So, I don't know.
Because who did Michael Jordan have that could match him on the court?
Right.
Nobody.
Early years, I mean, he got beat by
yeah.
Well, yeah,
teams,
earlier.
But if you're talking
in his prime,
nobody. Clyde might have put up similar offensive numbers, but that's about it. He wasn't stopping Jordan like Jordan would stop anybody else.
Put LeBron in there would be the greatest rivalry in basketball.
It just depends, bro. It depends.
Obviously,
because it would depend if LeBron could take it.
Well, I mean, if he grew up in the era, there's no doubt in my mind that being that big with the mentality that he is capable of having.
Yeah.
That he wouldn't. I don't think he'd have a problem physically. I just think overall you're not going to have the same run that he's having.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to cut his career in half, and then on top of that, you're cutting his prime in half, which, you know what I mean? And back in the 80s and 90s is a much different story because your prime isn't 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? We're talking, like I said, 5, 6, 7 years of, like, being that guy and then come back down to earth, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was an older league back then, too. Now it's a younger league. But even though LeBron's 37 or whatever, 38.
So what about the opposite? What if we brought Jordan in today's?
Again, assuming that if Jordan has the same tools everybody else has, and if he had any type of, because Jordan was a gambling addict, he drank, all that stuff. Like, you take away all that, and he was in today's mindset of that a lot of those guys have, like, hey, I'm just going to work on my body and everything. He
Yeah.
had LeBron's mindset about that. Not even a conversation. He's the GOAT. Not even close. I really do think so. On a good team, he's going to win just as much as he did in the 90s.
My only thing is the average NBA player now is so much better than
That's
the
fine.
average NBA player
Right.
when Michael Jordan played.
Yeah.
So much
But
better.
at the same
he never played
at the
to
same
Nikola
thing,
Jokic
you gotta
or
Right.
understand.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Jordan's one of the best defensive guards ever.
Right, yeah. Jordan's playing two ways, first of all. That's a lot of guys, especially at the top, honestly don't do that. Like, when
Yeah.
you start talking about, the top 10, there's a few, but then you like Larry's in your top 10,
Right.
but, you know what I mean? Like, guys like that.
And then you start. I mean, shit. You even talk about today's league. Think about the guards that played both ways. It's very few.
Yeah, and most of the guys
Like,
that actually do
consistently
play
good
both
in
ways
race.
aren't really all that offensively.
Right.
Because,
Exactly.
But, yeah, I think, and with, like, Jordan would struggle today with not being able to go right at guys, like the lack of physicality, like
The hand check
if you
rule.
just plug and, you know what I mean. Like, I think but once he got used to that and realized, oh, you can't come at me either. Like, you can't hurt me when I'm coming. You know what I mean? Like, so I think once he got used to that, it'd be game over.
Yeah.
And he might be in a situation where like Shea Gilgeous was over there the last couple years balling in OKC. Like, ain't really got a team around him at the time, but he's balling, putting up 40. Then they've got a chance to win every game because he's balling. You know what I mean? I think
Right.
that's what Jordan would be until he
Right.
got a team around him. And that kind of was what he was anyways. If you think about it, like when they lost to Boston in the early playoffs, like back in the early or late 80s, you know what I mean? And he dropped 60, what was it, 69 or whatever?
63. I think.
63. Like, I mean, he was the only one shooting, bro.
Right.
Like, if he's going to be the one with the ball, he's going to put up numbers. But yeah, if you give him a team, I think he'd probably win just as much.
Devin Booker with defense.
And less of a shot.
Yeah.
Like, deep shot, I should say.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
He got it later in his career,
he-
but
look, though, if
that's
he's-
how a lot of guys did it
if he
back then
grows
because
up
they
in
had to find a
today's-
way to stay relevant. They had to find a
Right.
way to get it on the team. You know what I mean?
if we're taking into that he's grown
Right.
up in today's league,
He's going to shoot a
That's
lot
true.
more. And that's going to come a lot earlier than it would
Right.
rather than season 8 or 9, whatever
Yeah.
it was, when he finally was like, all right, bro, I can shoot it from here. You know what I
Right.
mean? We've talked a lot about basketball.
we have.
You guys want to do some, like,
I was hoping-
introductions or something like that just to give it, like, people that are listening just, hey, this is who I am.
Yeah,
or whatever.
okay.
Well, so, to my left, Chase Kramer, Vice President number 1.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. To my right, Vice President number 2 and Head of Design, Jacob Harper.
Hello.
Hello. And then I would be the CEO, Scotty Kramer.
SK3.
Bow down. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Singing Triple H. So we are starting this podcast mostly just to give us something to do, but also just to bring in some more attention, I guess, to the brand and talk about any upcoming events or things like that. And we'll have different guests on and stuff like that for maybe bowling purposes or any other topics we decide we want to get into. It. The main goal of the whole podcast will just be genuine conversation that is fun to listen to and hopefully entertaining to you guys. If not, then at least we'll have fun.
Honestly.
Is there anything you guys like really want to come out of this podcast, like that you're really looking forward to?
I am very excited to get comfortable with just being
Talking.
open about my mental health.
Yeah.
That's what that's what the whole idea of starting the podcast was about, was just talking about our mental health and like
Giving us a platform.
spreading awareness towards it's okay to not be okay.
Right.
And just realizing that talking about it helps.
For sure.
That's what I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah, and that's the whole idea of the brand anyways. You know what I mean? That's what we're trying to push. So that'll be, once we get to that spot that we're just like, all right, boys, let's go sit down and record. It'll be nice once we're used to it.
Yeah. I just want to spread like good vibes.
Yeah, positivity.
I want to know that somebody has like an hour out of their week where they know they can listen to
almost a comfort type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether they're cleaning their house or driving to work or literally doing nothing.
Right, literally.
Just pop in, leave with a good mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's kind of my idea
I
too.
don't know. Y'all were feeding some negativity earlier.
Man, you just gotta let me talk when we're talking, bro. We each get a time to talk.
Man, I was over here trying not to die.
Basketball get you heated, bro. Basketball get your blood levels rising. No, but that's really all I'm looking forward to is just having genuine conversation and having people that we wouldn't normally get to talk to. Like that first time we have a guest on, I think it's going to be real. I mean, it's just going to be exciting, first of all, because it'll be somebody else. Like you were just talking about, somebody, is taking the time out of their day to listen to us. It'd be even cooler to be like, that dude's taking the time out of his day to come in and
talk to us
and have a conversation and help us do what we're trying to achieve. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's what I'm most excited for, is just to have the different connections that we wouldn't normally get. Because just listening to other podcasts, I mean, this is kind of how it'll work, is like, that person will come in and you'll have a conversation with them and they're like, oh, well, you met so-and-so, right? Like, you talked to no, I haven't. Oh, well, I got you. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, you've built up a network, and then bam, people know you. That's what I'm most excited for, I think, is just to let it grow and see where it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole idea has been crazy, like, to think that I've seen it.
Right.
This is insane.
You guys saw it from the beginning.
Right.
Like, Chase saw it from the beginning. Shirts on the bed, trying to mark out whose is whose. Crazy. And now, I mean, like, we're still in the beginning, bro.
Right.
Like, this isn't... All that shit was not even real to me. You know what I mean? Like, that was a little kid, like, messing around.
Dude, I remember there was a big-ass box in our house.
For the
longest, bro.
What is that?
7 months, maybe.
I had nothing.
It was full of shirts. Just full of T-shirts. And now look at you, bro.
I had nothing. I was, like, in terms of the thought process of, like, what do I want to do next? There was no ideas, bro. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I came up with that boom, boom, boom thing where, like, with the, 3-branch type idea that we've had and stuck with recently, like, it's just been one after another. I've had idea after idea after idea. But.
No, dude, and I'm super proud of you.
Appreciate it.
This is something nuts. Like, I couldn't envision myself being able to do this.
It's kind of scary sometimes, bro, to, like, I shouldn't say scary, but, like,
overwhelming
and, like, just nerve-wracking in general to put your stuff out there. The first couple times you do it, you're like, man, it's immediate refresh.
Right. Yeah.
I gotta, like, I've done the last couple times I've posted things, I just click, turn it off, put it down, and just go do something else, and I come back to it.
Too.
Yeah, for sure. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I had to get to that point because, like we're so small that it only takes like 5 or 6 likes for me to be like, oh, man.
Let's go.
But the thing is, like, when I think about that, I'm like, all right, 5 or 6 likes shouldn't be that hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I post something and I get like 1 like. I'm like, bro.
Why?
Why did I even post it?
That's when we need to start analyzing it, though.
Right? Yeah, for sure. And that's why we're all here now, because it was so. That was the other thing. Was that this is my idea. I have a certain thing that I want to achieve, you know what I mean? And, like, so I kind of would, like, I'd accept ideas, but, like, I didn't want anybody to put a hand in, because I didn't want anybody to feel like they weren't actually a part of it, and that I was just telling people that, hey, we're doing this, and this. Like, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted it to be, if I'm going to have other people in it, then it needs to be their ideas too. And so, like, we kind of, when I came up with that multiple, like, idea branch thing that we were talking about, with, we have bowling now with the podcast, and then just the brand of, the T-shirts and clothing in general, like,
and the crazy fucking ideas that you have
it coming up. it immediately let me like, oh well, I don't have to do that anymore. Like if I have this many things going on, I'm not going to be able to do all of them. So I have to give this to somebody else. So I just kind of had to figure out what I thought you guys would want to do, you know what I mean, or want to be a part of, and I think it's worked out so far.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It's very because I know you're nitpicky.
Right.
on
That's
the
the
shit that
other
you
thing
like.
is like when it comes to something that once I got that idea, bro, like
You have a vision in your
Yeah,
head. If it's
it's-
not that. You're not going to accept anything that's you don't like.
right, exactly.
Which is a good thing though.
sometimes it's like he might be right, but what if he's not? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not even. It's almost a defense rather than a like. Oh well, I know that ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? Sometimes, but
Yeah.
most of the time, I feel like it's my vision for a reason, and I saw it that way for a reason. You know what I mean? And there are certain things that would maybe value or that I value more than somebody else would see when they look at the same idea. So like I feel like I should go with my vision just for that simple fact that
Right.
like that's what I value, that's what I'm thinking of, that's what we're gonna go with. But opening that up to be like, well, if I value this and you value this, well then we could probably find other similarities. You know what I mean?
Right.
In the work itself,
Yeah.
in the idea itself. So, which we've done, I feel like with like bowling tournaments and stuff, especially what we just talked about this morning.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
right.
For sure.
Right.
I have 3 pages that are completely full of notes.
Free of Fear Bowling will be on the come up. Just wait, wait on it.
Y'all are not ready. Not ready.
Speaking of not ready, bro, it's almost 2024.
Dude, I'm not ready.
No, I'm not ready. Hey, I turn 22 in less than a month.
I turn 20 next year, bro.
Jacob's going to turn 23. Don't tell him.
Don't tell him. As if he doesn't know.
I'm entering my 20s. That's wild.
Nah, you got to enter a
You're
fun.
fine.
Yeah,
You're
got,
fine.
you got,
No, but it's
Just
I'm,
let
a-
it-
I'm an existential guy, bro. I think about dying a lot.
Oh,
Like,
me
a
too.
healthy amount.
You'll be okay.
me
like,
too, bro. But
Getting older, I hate as a concept so much.
I'm gonna let you know now. Like looking back on it now, it feels like a blink of an eye. But this has been the longest period.
no,
of time
yeah,
in my
for sure.
life.
Like if you sit and really analyze and think about how many days that you just like went to work,
dude.
got home, you sat on the couch for a couple hours. Let's just be real, you know, like just. Or for me,
That's
went
why
and
I'm
bowled. Like
so,
so many of my
like-
days were the same in those 2 years.
yeah.
That's
that
why I'm
It seemed
yeah.
like it flew by, but like day to day was like, oh my god.
for real. That's why
There's,
I'm so
like-
happy that I have this now.
Right? Yeah.
Because this is something that I can actually look forward to doing, and it's not
Agreed.
just like a repeat of my day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like so many days just felt like a treadmill.
right. Yeah.
Like, and I was talking to Jade about this. Like, I don't know if you remember, but like when I had like my mental break, like at the beginning of this year when I left Aaron's,
Mhm.
I was telling her like every day I just woke up and I felt like a zombie.
Yeah, bro. It was just the
It's
same.
just the same
Yeah.
thing.
Especially like because we were doing that in the summer, bro. Like I'm no disrespect, but like that first summer that we lived at Vine Street, bro, was the stupidest summer of my
Yeah.
life. Like that was the dumbest thing I could have done. I had money saved up, blew it all, just just because I didn't want to go get a job because I had quit Kia and was like, yeah, I'll go get one in a little bit, and then like. Waking up every day at noon was nice, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then all of a sudden I was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, get up. What's wrong with you?
That's what
Bare
happened
minimum,
with
go
me.
get a job. Like, go get a job so that you can at least have more money. You have money coming in regardless. That's the one thing I look at is if I have at least something coming in, it could be worse.
Right.
But yeah, when you're in that cycle of, man, bro, like I don't even want to get up. Like I'd rather just sit here, and then all of a sudden it's 3-4 o'clock, and you're like, what an idiot. And then
Well-
you feel bad about it in that moment,
Right.
and then you're like, you feel even worse about yourself. So you just like, oh,
So then
I'll
you
stay
really
right
don't
here.
get
Yeah.
up.
So then you're like, well, I really ain't. You know.
Well,
let me-
and the same
somebody
thing-
call the pizza man because that's what I'm ordering tonight.
Toxic thought cycle.
Yeah.
Well, the
We
same
all-
thing kind of applied, but opposite. Like before I left Aaron's, I was
Yeah. It
too
can
focused.
work.
It's
It can work both
like working
ways.
50, almost 60 hours a week. It's draining. Like you have to have that plug, like that unplug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely, just a balance, just
right,
in general.
right. And that's what I finally feel like I have now. Like that peace of mind knowing that I'm not fully invested in work because I know that's not what I'm happy with.
Right.
that is a more of a, I look at my job more as a hobby and this more as a job.
See, I kind of have like I'm going to spend this much of my days doing what I have to do. Okay? Like however many hours that is, going to work, you have to take care of yourself. Or well, that's not even in the have to do, because technically you don't really have to do that. Like, you fuck up, you fuck up, but that's on you. But like, you have to go to work, period. You have to have money, or you're not going to survive. You know what I mean? So I have my have to do, and then I have my want to do, which is like, bowling, hanging out with friends, anything like that. And then I have my like, I have to want to do it, which is this. Like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to put all my energy into it, and it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I separate that because it allows me to put certain energy on certain days into that shit. You know what I mean? So that, all right, I have to go to work on these days, but these other days I have off. Well, I want to hang with my friends, but like, I got to get this done. Maybe I'd rather just get it done Wednesday and want to do it Wednesday, so that Friday when I'm off, I can just go hang, and I got Friday.
Right.
It's the weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then it makes it even better because when I do wake up Friday and I'm like, well, I'm off today, but I mean, I got free of fear stuff to do. Like,
Right.
I can do it.
And
Because then that's when it's like, I want to do it. So that's when it's the best time. You know what I mean? When
Right.
when it's natural.
And
But-
the way my life schedule is set up right now, it's perfect because I work in the mornings, except for Friday nights. So I have my evenings to be able to bowling Monday nights. Tuesday I did my doubles, but now I'm going to have time for Free
Right.
of Fear. Wednesday was all Free of Fear. Thursday I didn't really do anything in the evenings. That was just my
That was
day
your chill
off.
day, yeah,
Right.
before the weekend.
Exactly. Fridays I work in the evening, but I'm going to Bloomington on the weekends.
Chill day during the week is a must, in
Exactly.
my opinion.
I have to have one.
No, I mean, not even a chill day, but a chill evening.
Right.
Like, just a chance to
Just
just
to
chill. And just,
decompress.
before the weekend. Because when you go into I feel like when I go into the weekend after having a shitty week of, like, just boom,
You
boom, boom,
have a
boom,
shitty
boom,
weekend.
I have a shitty weekend, yeah.
Right, and it just carries on over.
I hate,
You
like,
can't do that. You have to decompress.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, like, tomorrow, I'm bowling league, but, like, I have holiday doubles this weekend. I'm not trying to go into holiday doubles, like, all stressed and stuff. So, like, tomorrow night, I'll probably just chill at league. Probably
Right.
won't play any brackets or anything. I'll just, be there to be there and enjoy my night. Like,
Well, if
'cause,
you
you know what I'm
get
saying?
done, hit me up.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. But back to the cycle thing, bro. It's real because, like,
Yeah.
and it's as simple as starting with getting up every day. Even if you do lay in bed all day, at least you was up at 9.
Yeah.
And then the day after that, well, I'm up at 9. I'm not about to sit. I'm not going to do this. At some point, you're going to get tired of being up at 9 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
You may want to lay in bed, but at some point, you're going to be like, well, I'm up. And now your body's used to it. If you just do it for a few days, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You'll be more energized each time.
Yeah.
Now
Like
you
when
just
you
have
wake
to
up.
find a reason to get
Yes.
up, and then then it's just trying to force yourself to stay up. Maybe it's making your bed.
But that's the thing. You
or
don't even always have to
anything.
do that, bro. If you
Right.
get up at 9 o'clock, you bust out a couple hours of doing what you need to do.
Right.
Take a nap.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, if you really want to, take a nap. Now, it's going to make it harder to wake up at 9 o'clock the next day, but that's your sacrifice. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know that you're either going to get better sleep tonight, or I'm going to get this nap that I might really need because, like, if you're going to do something that night, maybe you want a nap.
Right.
Right.
But if I'm not doing nothing that night, I'm just going to try to go to sleep a little earlier that night. You know what I mean? But it's all about, like, it's discipline is all it is, really, because nobody's going to do it for you. Like, you got to get yourself up. You know, you got to go do the stuff. You got to come home and you got to want to do the stuff that you don't want to do. You know? Like, let's be real, bro. Don't nobody want to have to fucking take a shower and brush your teeth every day. Like, you know what I mean? Let's just be
Right.
real. If we could
It's
get rid of
a-
that without any consequence,
We would. Like,
Yeah.
If there was a pill to take where I didn't have to shower
Yeah,
or brush
right.
my teeth ever again,
Right.
I'm there.
but, like, that's the shit. You just got to do it, bro.
right.
Yeah.
You just got to do it. And when you do it, that's one of those things that, like,
You feel better about yourself after.
yeah, as soon as you're done, you're like, man,
It's a
all right.
rewarding feeling because
Yeah.
I mean you feel clean.
And when
Like,
you focus on that rather than like, oh, well, it ain't that bad if I just don't. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause
Right.
we've all done it, bro.
Yeah.
We've all woken up and been like, all right, bro, I just ain't gonna. Nobody will notice. You know what I mean?
Right,
We all been
yeah.
in that depressive state. Let's be real.
Yeah.
And so if you don't focus on the it ain't that bad versus the
positive.
the
feeling.
positive of, man, I feel good. I might smile at somebody
Right.
today. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, if you can focus on the positive, it just changes everything. And it takes different things to do that, though. I mean, it can be an environment change, anything like that, or maybe it's as simple as not drinking pop like at certain points in the day. Like I've tried to quit drinking pop later in the day and early in the day. Like I try not to have a pop till after lunch. Like I try to just something like that, and try not to have one unless like if we go to fast food on the way home, I'm gonna get a Coke. I mean it is what it is.
Right.
But like if not, like if we're just coming here, I'm not gonna open up a can of Pepsi at 9:00. I'm just not gonna do it. And that allows me to kind of in the mornings I'm not so like energized off that sugar from I wake up, been up for an hour, and I get a Pepsi. I'm not, relying on that. So it's more of natural energy that you just wake up and eventually you just get because you get on that cycle of, all right, well, I'm up at 9. Well, I know I'm going to be up the rest of the day. So your body's used to that.
Right.
It's once you get to it, bro, it's nice. But it does, those first few, like, it probably takes me about 2 weeks, I'd say, to get accustomed for real to a schedule. To, like, get up, boom, boom, boom. But it only takes about 2-3 days for me to fuck it up. Which
I think that's for everybody though. It's a lot easier to break a cycle than it is to get into it.
Well,
For
and
sure.
with a cycle,
And once you break it, it's a lot easier to stay out of it.
Yeah.
for
Get back
sure.
to
Because it's like,
For sure. I'm going to use my girlfriend as an example. So Jade, she, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Tuesdays was her day off, I'm sorry. So Monday, Wednesdays, she had classes in the mornings all the way until 5:30. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, she was working at Applebee's in the evenings.
Yeah.
Wasn't getting off until like almost midnight. So she was using Sundays as her reset day, trying to get back into the groove for Monday morning classes. First class is 11:30. Yeah, it's not working.
Yeah.
Not working. You can't fix that type of schedule
Yeah.
in one day.
Yeah.
And that's something that I tried to, like we've talked, like she and I have talked about like at length, like next semester she's going to try and break that cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Try and find later classes or change her work schedule around a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, the schedule, trying to do too much too can kill you, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, I will never, ever, ever bowl 4 leagues again. Ever. At least not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like, if I bowl on a weekend or something, like when I get a little older and I'm really not interested in doing anything on the weekends, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I might bowl a little bit. But Monday through Thursday, bro, worst decision I could have made this year. But I was focused on, like, last year, I bowled 2 leagues and I sucked. You know what I mean? I was like, I got to get those reps in. But I think 3 is honestly, if it's 3 and I'm bowling consistently on the weekends, I think it's perfect.
Yeah, you have to find a balance.
Yeah, but I'm bowling too much, doing way too much. So then sometimes, like, I'm lacking in other areas, like waking up late for work sometimes. You know, like stuff like that. But I'm like, bro, just do it. Just get up.
But doing any one thing too much that'll kill you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You'll get burnt out, and
whether
even
it's
if
work
it's
or school or bowling or whatever.
something you love, if you do
Yeah.
it too much,
Yeah.
you're gonna get burnt out quick.
And I think that's why this, like, coming up with these ideas for the tournaments and stuff is helping. Because I was telling you guys a couple weeks ago, like, I don't want to be in the bowling alley, bro.
Yeah.
I was already fried out. We're 10 weeks in. Like, I'm like, bro, we still got 20 left. Like,
Right.
I'm ready to get out of here. But I think the last few times I went bowling, I've been talking to more people because I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? Or would you bowl this? Like, would you pay this to
yeah,
get
just
this?
getting the community
Yeah,
ideas,
and it's not
yeah.
even that I'm worried about bowling anymore. And I'm actually bowling just as good as I have been. Just I'm not super, super focused on it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
With this being the first year that I've actually started bowling, it's really opened my eyes on how big the bowling community
It's
really
way
is.
different than people realize, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody outside of the bowling community will ever understand. And I'm sure it's like that with just about any community. Like, I'm not going to talk about how the AAU basketball team community works. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because I don't know. I
have
never
no
played.
clue.
But, like, I have a general idea of, like, high school basketball groups
Right.
because I was around high school basketball kids. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I have a general idea of how that shit works and how the parents are and how baseball parents are and stuff like that. But, like, when you get to bowling, bro, especially out of youth league, you get older and you get so many different types of people around each other, bro, because, like, I bowl because my family bowls, but maybe somebody else bowls because they're good at it. You know what I mean? And they're not necessarily a big family guy, so they're all business. Well, then you get them to kind of, like, ever relax and let loose, and then all of a sudden, bro, like, it's just so much easier for people to mesh at the bowling alley, I feel like, than it is in other places. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You have a lot of different personalities that get together and will chop it up like they're besties. You know, like they've known each other for
'cause
years.
it's
No, that's legit.
It's
That's
facts, bro.
serious.
It's a game.
That's so serious.
It's
The
a
amount
game
of
that you
different
play.
personalities is crazy.
It's a game that you play where you go up, do your turn, and then you sit down.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
like
It's
10 minutes.
nice.
What you
It's
gotta
like
do except
80%
talk.
social. Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
gonna do except shoot the shit? You know?
Right, yeah. It's set up that way for sure, like to just be a social game. But like, if you could get to where you include some of those social aspects, but make it for the guys that want to do that for a living, you know what I
Right.
mean, and get the money into it. That's where you would have your peak performance of bowling, in my
And
opinion.
that's where free fear bowling comes in, baby.
But more on that on a later day.
Yeah.
This has been a good episode. Honestly, I'm very excited to edit this because there's like nothing to edit.
Yeah, I mean, just the
Other
beginning.
than
The
the
beginning will be
beginning,
the
yeah.
hardest part, and then
But you
we
weren't
need to
half
put
of it.
something at the beginning, not just.
Oh
into-
no, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. I'll like clip out a part that we've like that was funny or
Okay,
something like that and put it at the beginning.
That works.
And then maybe hit up Caden tonight, see if we can get like
He'll be at
something
practice.
quick.
I'll talk to him.
something like
Something
that
like
easy,
Something light.
something easy,
Yeah.
just a beat or something.
what kind of like vibe do we want for it?
Chill, McElroy
Right.
type vibe.
That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what I was thinking, actually.
I like it. Holiday doubles this weekend, boys.
Yes, sir.
Where's that at?
Like right outside St. Louis, but it's in Illinois.
Okay.
St. Clair Bowl or something like
Who are
that.
you bowling with?
Now I'm bowling with Keith Schooler.
Okay.
I was supposed to bowl with Brady Adler. He hurt his back. So I'm bowling with Keith. Keith throws it. I would honestly, like, not form-wise, but, like, the way we play the lanes really similar. But he's right-handed, I'm left-handed. We throw it hard and straight.
Okay.
But, I mean, he's right-handed. And he throws it hard and straight with a little... I probably hook it just a little bit more. But that's because if he hooked them trying to play them straight, they'd hook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We would no longer be playing them straight. So, but yeah, he likes to play them like this, just like I do.
How long have we got till the Holiday Classic?
24 days. No, 23 days from Friday. 24 days from Saturday's main event.
Insane. What was it? 116 people right now?
120 people. We have 40 bowlers a shift.
First place is $800.
First place is guaranteed at $800 with a full field of 120 bowlers. 116 are paid, so we're only 4 away from a full field, which I expect to fill easily. Those 4 spots are spoken for. They just got them late, so, you know, they gave them a little bit of time to pay. 24th, we'll get $100, and it kind of rises up about $5 to $10 all the way up to 4th place. 3rd and 4th will advance into the 3rd round, and they will receive $400 apiece. The finals, 2nd place will receive $600, and 1st place will receive $800, and that's all off a $55 entry per squad. You can bowl as many squads as you'd like. Handicap 90% of 215. All bowlers are going to bowl 3 games, and then we'll cut to the top 1 and 5 based on a full field. That's 24, and it'll be the whole event will be live streamed. Well, at least the finals. I won't guarantee the whole event yet. On YouTube at Free of Fear Bowling, maybe.
Probably, yeah.
Probably Free of Fear Bowling.
Hasn't been made. We'll
Yeah,
be there
yeah,
next
you know
hour.
for sure.
We'll let you know on the next podcast.
Right. Take the Crown. Women's tournament will be March 3rd, the day right after the Indiana Queens. So I expect maybe some women that bowl well at the Queens to make an appearance if there's any spots left. I know some that are already bowling both, so shout out to them, including my girlfriend. That one's going to be $60 entry, $600 for first, $450 for second, $300 for third I'm like 98% sure. That one's also going to be 3 games. Format's going to be a little different than the Take the Crown. We're going to bowl 3 games, and then we're going to cut to 10. So I'm paying 1 and 4 for the women's tournament rather than 1 and 5 like the Holiday Classic. 1 and 4 ratio. First place, $600, $450 for second, $300 for third, $150 for fourth, and so on, down to 9th and 10th, getting $75. You're going to bowl 3 games, cut to 10 based on a full field. Real top 2 qualifying scores will get a round 2 bye, and then seeds 3 through 10 will bowl 2 games to determine a 3rd and 4th qualifier into our eliminator finals. Round 3 eliminator finals. All competitors will bowl one game. Low score drops. And there are currently, as we speak, on December 6th at 2:39, 5 spots left. Back to the Holiday Classic, we have $600 donated to our prize fund through various sponsors. Biltberg Construction with a $300 sponsorship, Iceberg Ice Cream with a $100 sponsorship, and CL Pressure Washing Services LLC with a $100 sponsorship, and Nick the Barber / Maxwell's Barbershop with a $100 sponsorship. Kaiser Tournaments has also donated a paid entry into the New Year's Day tournament in Fort Wayne. That is his tournament, so whoever wins the tournament will receive a free entry into his tournament New Year's Day. So that'll be 2 days after ours. Bowlers are bowling multiple squads. You can only cash one, so even if you shoot 750 all 3 squads and all 3 of your scores would have made it, you can only receive that top cashing score. The other 2 750s would basically drop to below, they'd be 25th and 26th, basically. That is going to be a crazy event. The
Very
Holiday
exciting.
Classic.
Very, very exciting.
It's gonna be crazy.
I have a breakdown of how we want to have like the streaming set up, and I'm very excited to be able to set it up.
I'm excited.
and do
It's our
it.
first.
I'm excited to get some of these bowlers in the same area that don't usually bowl. To be honest with you, that don't
Yeah.
usually go bowl tournaments. Chris Osborne, I see him bowl state and city tournaments, and he's gonna come over there and just wreck them. That is my guess for him. Him or Hunter Glaze is gonna lead the Friday night squad. I'm just calling it now. Those are my 2 picks to lead the Friday night squad.
My pick for the Friday night squad is Chase.
Let's
Kramer.
go, baby. Craig Monroe's in here, Chuck Bester, Dwayne Burton, and then Saturdays. Sadly, Jalen had to pull out. He hurt his back, so he's taking a little bit of time off. Said he might be able to show up. Hopefully, we'll get him in the booth. That'll be worth it.
That'll be worth it.
But Saturday we got some hitters coming down. Gene Perez, Joey Litton, Trent Jarvis, Zach Newman, PBA player. Daniel Freeman will be down there. Jeff Harris. Lots of local talent that will be there. And we got a couple big names in the B shift. Gene will bowl B shift also. Trent Marner is going to bowl the B shift. Former TAT winner, True Amateur Tournament $20,000 winner. Zach Weidman, PBA bowler. He's been on TV a couple times now. Zach Newman's bowling B squad also. Yeah, I'm excited. We got some. We're gonna have some good bowling, if nothing else.
For sure.
That format, you're gonna bowl 3 games, cut to the top 24, based on full field. Advances rounds gonna consist of 2 games. Pins do carry over from qualifying, so if you shoot 700 in your 3 games of qualifying, you will start round 2 with 700. And then you will bowl 2 games in the advances round. Your 5-game total, the 3 from qualifying plus 2 from advances round, will determine our top 4. Pins drop going into the round of 4, so it's back to 0 in the semifinals. And that's head-to-head match play, so 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. The winners will go on to the finals to determine our champion. Head-to-head match play, 1 game.
And again, that's all on Free of Fear Bowling
Yep.
on YouTube.
Facts. That'll be our next event, and shirts will be available for $18 a pop at the Free Fair Holiday Classic and probably any other future tournaments.
There will also be limited edition shirts being sold. There's only going to be 40 available, so get those. They're going to be for the Holiday Classic specifically. It's going to be the first annual one, so it's going to be a special shirt for it. Also, winner will get a trophy as well as the $800.
Yep. We got squad leaders will also get a bonus of $60. Highest senior and lady will receive $80 that do not make the cut. So I'm excited. Not a lot of big money tournaments happen around here.
Yeah.
So even though it sucks I don't get a bowl in it, but it's all right. It's all right. I'll continue to do my traveling. Hopefully somebody else will decide to run something after this.
He's
Let's get
looking
the culture
around.
started.
Huh?
He's looking around.
No.
like it's gonna be one of
I'm
us.
talking about exactly what Chase just said, though. If you can get a culture like that
Yeah.
culture in Ohio where I'm going to support you and you run this and, you support me when I run this. Like,
Yep.
if you had any of that in Indiana, take over. But we don't. So that's the goal. All right, boys. I think that'll do it just about because I'm about to have to get ready for practice here shortly.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Not practice, but I gotta get ready to edit this.
Yeah, let's go. All right, well, the boys signing off for Free Fear, episode 1
Episode
in the books.
Episode 1.